All right, in the Iron Asylum with Luna Brown. We are here at the Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa. Luna, you just won the Figure America contest out in Miami, Florida. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, John?
Good. So we're here for your leg workout. But before we begin that, let's learn a little bit about yourself. You used to compete in the NPC years ago in the figure competitions, and then you took a little bit of a break. You were off for a few years, and then you just came back into competition this year. Mm-hmm. How long were you off competition?
Gosh, I was off for about 3 years.
Okay.
And I was helping a client, coaching a client to get ready for her show down in Miami. And went down there with her, and I got the bug back.
Oh, great. Awesome. So now we notice here you're doing some warm-up exercises for the legs. You always do this before your leg workout?
I do. It's my dynamic warm-up. And it consists of walking lunges, lateral lunges, high kicks, and knee tucks.
Okay.
Just an awesome way to get the joints all lubed up and ready for some hard lifting.
Now let's talk about your leg workout, because I know I talk to a lot of figure competitors and bikini competitors, and it's very different the way a lot of women train. Some women will train heavy, like a bodybuilder does almost, with compound movements. Others will go really light because they don't want to get too big, they don't want to develop too much muscle. So what's your philosophy? I noticed that you follow more of the other approach. You do a little bit more compound movements, and sometimes you even go heavy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's so different. You know, everyone's body type is so different, and they respond differently.
Right.
Typically what I do is work my legs out twice a week, and I will go heavy one day, all the big compound movements, squats, lunges, deadlifts.
Okay.
And go really heavy, you know, and like low volume.
All right.
And then on my second leg day, it's more of a conditioning day, so I'll bring out the ladder, get some agility drills going, get some sprints in, kettlebell swings, snatches, cleans, that kind of stuff. So that's I found that's worked best for me. Okay,
and it's obviously worked for you because you haven't developed like too big of muscle. I mean, you haven't been penalized for it. You just won this contest.
Thank you so much.
Now, what is this one here? You're doing like a sled. What is that for? More for your glutes and hamstrings?
Yeah, this is awesome. It can be used as a warm-up or a strength move. I'm using it as part of our warm-up. Just a great way to wake up the central nervous system.
Okay. And now you're doing the glute ham exercise, which at Powerhouse here they have a great glute ham exercise, or glute ham machine, I should say.
Yes, we do.
And this allows you to train not just the lower back, which is normally what the hyperextension is for, but you're also doing here now the glutes and your hamstrings by coming all the way up like that.
Yeah, and even your calves. It hits everything in the posterior chain. And as you can see, I'm not using any weight, just using it as a pre-activation warm-up. If you hold a plate, though, get some weight, it's really, really challenging.
Okay.
Awesome movement.
All right, now we're doing the squats, the old standby.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed when I was filming you on this and watching you, you go all the way down. I mean, a lot of people don't do full squats like this, but I guess I would imagine this really gets the glutes, right?
It really gets the glutes fired up. Probably the best exercise you can do is the squat. There's so many different variations today.
Right.
Just shoulder width, and it's primarily a glute and hamstring day today. So I just loaded up kind of light, and we're going nice and deep, pushing all the energy through the heels, and you can really feel that in the glutes and the hamstrings. So
would you recommend this for women who are just getting into fitness, and like even an overweight woman, would you tell her to go and do squats and learn how to do a full squat like this?
Well, after an assessment and finding out how her body moves and if she has any prior injuries and whatnot, probably not. We would start her off just body weight.
Okay.
And then just move your way up. Like I said, there's other variations. You can go nice and wide and really hit the glutes and the hamstrings as well.
Okay. And now this exercise, I've seen this apparatus at all gyms all over. It's like a bar where you can step inside it, and you're doing deadlifts with it, but I've seen guys do shrugs on it or stiff-legged deadlifts or whatever. Do you feel this works your legs a little bit more going inside the exercise like that instead of doing a regular barbell or dumbbell?
I do. It's just a great way to perfect your form on a deadlift, and I find that I can go a bit heavier on these too.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Incredible for the core. It also hits the upper back really nicely.
Now, why do you do the deadlifts in the middle of your leg workout? Because a lot of people think this is like a back exercise.
I always...
Not to throw you off.
No, you're fine. It's one of my favorite movements. I never don't include it in my leg workouts.
Okay.
I think they are just incredible for just such a functional movement.
Right.
And it's just working every muscle in your body pretty much.
And I would think after squats, you're feeling it more in the glutes and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tough.
Now you're doing the kettlebells. Now, this is another thing that's becoming very popular with a lot of workouts. A lot of people are doing kettlebell workouts. What's the reason for you doing this one here?
Well, today I chose it because we're working the glutes and the hamstrings, and nothing's better than a kettlebell swing.
Okay.
So if done properly, you just power through the hips. It's really explosive, gets your heart rate up.
Right.
You really, really feel it in the glutes and the hamstrings and the lower back.
So it's almost like a half a squat, and then you're coming up and you're getting the glutes on the top, right? Okay.
Exactly.
And now you're doing the stiff-legged deadlifts with the kettlebell, one leg at a time.
Unilateral.
And what's the reason for this? You get a better stretch, you think, one leg, or just developing the different legs, you know, if you have one leg stronger than the other?
Yeah, both. Both reasons, John, exactly.
And then you use a little bit lighter weight here than you would for the swings, the kettlebell swings, right?
Right.
Okay.
Just getting a good squeeze.
I noticed on all your movements too, Luna, you go like really good extension and then all the way up into a contraction. You're doing really full movements on everything, right?
I try to get the full range of motion, definitely. Don't want to cheat yourself.
Right. So for the Fitness America, or the Figure America, I should say, you think you're going to come back this year?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited. I'll be making my pro debut in June down in Miami.
Okay.
So I'm so excited.
So what are the plans for next year to improve your physique?
This year, what I want to do is I want to put a little bit more muscle on my upper back. Just improve in all areas, really. Just to bring a little bit better package. You know, there's always room for improvement.
Oh, absolutely. And what was your diet like for the show? How long did you diet for?
I dieted for 12 weeks. I always eat pretty clean all year round. I'm a trainer, so I like to practice what I preach. But for the 12 weeks leading up to the show, really, really cleaned everything up, measured all my foods. And
okay. Do you believe in low carbs or high carbs?
I believe, for me personally, that carbs are necessary. It's your fuel. It's how you just gain beautiful muscle. So definitely played around with it a little bit. The last week went lighter on them, but I didn't really go too light on my carbs.
Are you one of those people who diets and you just sort of go by how you're feeling and how you're looking, or do you really write everything down and calculate everything?
I'm not as scientific probably as I should be. I just believe in really good, whole, clean foods.
Yeah.
Nothing processed. All the good stuff, all the good lean proteins, you know, your chicken, your fish, loads of greens. You can never eat enough of those.
Okay.
And then you're just good complex carbs. Pretty simple. I like to keep things basic.
Yeah, I noticed that, you know, some people really calculate everything. They count every gram of everything. I'm sort of like that myself. But
right.
Other people just go, you know, they eat clean, and as long as they're making progress, they just stick with that.
Yeah, you just got to find what works for you. Everyone's so different.
Now, do you have a coach when you get ready for shows, or do you just follow your own deal?
I actually do have a coach. His name's Steve Harrison. He works out here out of Powerhouse. I'm a trainer as well, but even us trainers need trainers. It was just awesome to have him to push me, motivate me.
Now, does he help you with your training and diet, or just your training?
He just helps me with my training. My husband and I, we actually do my nutrition.
Okay.
So I have got a good team behind me.
And now you did the lunges to finish off the workout, and now I noticed at the very end you're doing the extensions.
Yeah.
You do them 2 legs at a time, then you reduce the weight, and then do them 1 leg at a time.
Yep.
Some people do these at the beginning of the exercise or the workout. Why do you do them at the end?
I just do them as kind of a post-exhaust. I'm pretty much feeling my quads all fired up from everything we've done today. Okay. So this is just good little sculpting movement at the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and I went double legs and then lightened it and going unilateral now.
Now, I notice next after this exercise, you're going to do the standing leg curl for the hamstrings, but you weren't doing a lot of like isolation type movements for the hams. Is that because you're getting so much from the lunges and the kettlebell stuff and the squats?
Yeah, you're getting so much from just the big compound movements. They work better for me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they just tie all the muscle groups in nicely.
Yeah.
But at the end, I love finishing with these.
Now, why do you like this exercise over like seated leg curls or lying down leg curls?
Well, again, it's unilateral, so it's just a great way to even out both sides strength-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really feel it more from this position. Just a lot more challenging.
Yeah, I notice on this exercise when I do it, you really feel the contraction on top where you don't get that same kind of contraction with the lying leg curls.
I agree 100%, definitely.
Now, what would you recommend for form on this? Because I see a lot of men and women doing this, and they're using so much weight, they're pulling their leg off the pad, and they're just not using the right kind of form.
That's the key, I think, just choosing a weight that's right for you, and then just as you get stronger over time, you can just progress from there.
Okay.
You want to keep your core really tight. breathe. Really important to get your breathing
Right.
on track.
And now here, of course, you're finishing with the standby, probably the best exercise for the hams, the stiff-legged deadlift.
Oh yeah, love them.
Again, you're doing really, really good form going all the way down. Is that what you would recommend?
Definitely. I'm pretty flexible, but some girls are even more flexible than this. You can get on a box or a step and go right over the end.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely want to go all the way down, get a good stretch, pause, and then explode up, hitting those glutes and hamstrings, lower back.
Okay. All right, Luna. Well, congratulations on your Figure America win. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing what you do in 2013. And thanks for joining us on In the Iron Asylum for your leg workout.
Thanks for having me, John.